Hey there, crafty friends. It's Hannah at the Doodlebug in Jasper, Indiana, and welcome to our What's New Today at the Doodlebug. As I told you yesterday, today is going to be such a fun live. So I have a brand new product on the market to show you guys. It is only in a very slim amount of stores so far. It is that new, and I'm so excited to show it to you. I've had it actually sitting here by my office for a couple weeks now because I've got a little bundle deal for you, and I found the perfect storage case for it as well, because that's one of those things when we get a new tool, we need storage as well. Hey, Miss Shannon, welcome, welcome. So it has been sitting by my office, and people have been like, ooh, what's in that box whenever they walk by. But I've been holding it back so I could get you a little bundle deal, one, but two, that way you had storage for it right away, so it wasn't rolling around in a desk drawer or anything like that. So super great new product to show you guys today. We've got a great restock order as well. We'll do a little demo with our fun new tool, and then also a little update about our shop hop. So here in the Midwest, we do a tri-state shop hop with Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. There are 12 stores in our hop this year, and the dates are going to be, that's what I've got for you. I've got dates because I know you guys have been asking, are you doing another shop hop? When you doing the shop hop? So we just got off, literally just got off our Zoom meeting with a bunch of the store owners, and our shop hop for 2024 is going to be August 2nd through September 1st. So that is going to be your hopping month. So basically in August. So what is a shop hop? Well, Tanya, I am sorry if you don't have a lot of stores in your area, or maybe not even a lot of stores. We don't have a lot either. So it is just a bunch of store owners working together, and then we do a fun little shop hop. You get a passport, and basically you hop from store to store. So some of the girls plan like a week-long road trip sometimes. Some just do a weekend or 2 weekends because, from Indiana to Ohio to Michigan, it is a little bit of a drive. We get this. But then you just go to all the stores. You get your passport stamped. You get entered in prizes at each store. And depending on how many you make it to, then your passport, you turn it in your last store, and then depending on how many you make it to, your name goes in a drawing for one of the grand prizes. And there will be a bigger grand prize this year for those that make it to all 12 stores. And I fought really hard for that because as the furthest south store, like way down there, I totally feel like if you make it all the way down to see me, I think California does have one, Shannon, because I've heard some of my friends talk about their California ones. But if you make it all the way down to see me, I feel like you need to be in a little bit of a better, bigger pool, or vice versa. If you're one of my girls and you make it all the way up to Michigan and Toledo, you deserve a little extra oomph, for your prize. So anyway, that is our shop hop update for 2024. All right, next up, we're going to check out these brand new tools. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around. Got a few eyeballs. Hopefully we'll get a few more popping on so you guys can check out this awesome, awesome new tool. So I've got my demo all set up, ready for you guys. All right, so Shannon, I don't know. Maybe if you find a local store out there, ask them. That I do not know. All right, so our new tool that we just got in is this super stinking cute Dauber wand. I have had some of you asking me for a year now to try and source these and find these. I'm going to be honest, I could find them on some of the knockoff sites, but I do not support knockoff sites. I don't know what the quality is going to be like. In good faith, I cannot do it because so many of my friends' designs have been copied and they're being sold on those sites. So, sometimes I know you can get some decent things on some of those knockoff copy sites, but overall, I choose not to support them again because, you know, I just can't. And then I can't see my friend and look my friend in the eye and be like, oh yeah, I didn't buy your, you know, fake stuff on that site. I just bought others' fake stuff. So I can't do it. But found a source here. She's in the States as well. So supporting another small business, which I love. So these are super cute little Dauber wands. You'll take a Dauber wand. All right. Well, Monica, hold on, because I have got a bundle deal for you as well. So we have Dauber wands in 6 different colors. All right. So we've got this pink color and we've got a coral color. And I want to put them side by side, or as side by side as I can get them, so you can tell the difference in those. Really, really pretty. And it is a really pretty soft coral too. It kind of looks a little more orangey on my phone as I'm looking through my screen, but it's a really pretty soft coral color. Then we've got pink, coral, clear, of course my favorite, purple, blue, and green. Okay, so those are the Dauber ones. Then next up, well, we had to get the little trays, right? Because, let me grab my tray I've got out here. When you're at your spot, you know, they're going to roll a little bit, but you know something's going to get set on top of this and you're not going to be able to find them. And depending on how much medium you have in here, you don't want it to get on stuff as it's setting, because these are also great, friends, for paint brushes. So you can set your paint brushes in here as well. So we've got great little holder trays as well for them. So again, you can hold your daubers in here. You can hold your paintbrushes in here. If you're doing paintbrushes, you can also put a little water in here, little mixing pot up here. We have the trays in clear, black, and the purple looks like it's got a little bit of glitter in it. Nothing too crazy, but a little bit of glitter in the purple. So those are the colors of the trays we've got. And then, of course, you're going to need to get some extra little sponge tops. You are going to get some sponge tops in here. So it's going to come with 2 already there, and you're going to get an extra 6. You're going to get a total of 8 little sponges in there. Then we've got the extra ones, and this, friends, this little box from Spellbinders is kind of what was holding everything up, but this little sealed storage box from Spellbinders that we sell to keep your waxes in, these are perfect for your Dauber wands. All right, so I'm going to jump over and kind of show you these little Dauber wands. Now, you may ask, you know, why do you need a Dauber wand? Well, so there are some stencils that are so close together, and I know some of you are not great with the brushes. So that's kind of, you know, if you're not a lover of the brushes, this is another way that you can do your ink blending. All right, I'm going to put you in the little mount here, so you're going to get a little topsy-turvy here just for a second. Make sure I don't click my emergency button. I do that sometimes when I move you guys into my mount, and then I'm like, I'm calling 911 and stuff. All right, so I've got my stencil on my glass mat. I'm going to try and get you guys in frame better. Let me move my mount over just a little bit. There we go. Over to the side here, I'll just pick my mount up. I've got my Catherine Pooler inks, so I can go ahead and open those up. My little holders here, that way I know what colors I'm using. I've got my little tray here. I've got a Dauber wand, and let me show you how perfect, I'll put my mount down now if I get my arm out of the way, how perfect these fit in. All right, we good? Okay. So check out the case. With the case, you can take out these little dividers. You've seen these kind of storage cases before. But look how stinking cute this is. And you can fit 2 in here. Because really, you're probably going to want to get 2. Because if you're ink blending and you're doing a few colors, you don't want to have to keep taking these off in the middle of your project and start getting ink all over your hands, which what happens then when ink's on your hands, well, then it gets on your card, on your paper, and you've got, you know, fingerprints everywhere on things, and it just, then you're not happy with it. So I would definitely pick up 2 wands. Now, one thing I wrote down so I wouldn't forget to tell you too. as you fall in love with your daubers, do not forget you need a separate set of tips or maybe a whole separate dauber for your oxides versus your regular, water-based inks like your dye inks. And you also need separate ones for your Lisa Horton inks, those interference inks or her matte inks. They're different formulas, so you will need different, whether different wands or at least different tops. So you may want to pick up a different case just to store your tops maybe in, and you can keep your wands, whatever works for you. You do what works best for you, your craft room, your budget. But make sure that you do have different sponges for your different inks. You don't want to cross-contaminate, okay? All right, so I've just got, let me get mine out here. Package. Oh, and also I'll show you, I was able to put 2 in each. So I've got one, they're just kind of running in opposite directions. And that way you can put like pink and red together, orange and yellow together. Different, you always have lots of different ones for your greens, a couple different aquas, dark blues, different purples. You may have 2 for pinks, light reds, darker reds, but that way you can keep 2 in each little pod, which I thought was, so stinking cute then, 2 in there. So super, super fun. All right, so let's check these guys out. Oh, and somebody else from the Paper Crafting Shop Hop is on here. I just gave them a little sneaky peek about our date we just set in our meeting we had today, which was super awesome. All right, so I am going to take, let me move this over right here. I had it all nice and off screen. So I'm just going to take my little dauber and I'm going to pop him in my ink. Now, I want to show you, you've got a fair, they do a good job picking up the color. And then I'm just going to come in and notice I'm not getting a whole lot of space around. See how nice and tight it is staying? Like, so that is something I definitely look for whenever I am working with stuff. So that way I'm not going over a whole lot. Now I'm just kind of playing with these, and I just pulled out a piece of scrap paper. It is, it's cream even. So it's not even like it is a great, nice white piece of paper at all. Oh, Monica, all right, so you are jumping ahead already. Let me give you guys this here. I'm going to stick this on the top of the screen so you guys can maybe kind of see it. So I wanted to do a bundle deal because I knew you guys were going to love these. So if you do 2 wands, a pack of round tips, carry case, and a tray holder, okay, pick your color, $40. All right, and it does save you a little bit, and that way you've got all the stuff that you need. Now, eventually you may want to pick up another pack of the tips. I only got the round tips. Whenever you get yours, you're going to see you've got some pointed tips and round tips. From what I've been seeing, friends, the pointed tips really, they don't make a difference for our ink blending that we do. So I don't think that you really need the pointed tips, to the point that I did not even get any pointed tips for the store. Okay, now see, I'm out. That's why I need my second one, because I want to do another color. So I need to pick up another little guy here, and then I'm just going to go in, add some color. Now watch this. Now normally I would need, are you seeing that? I would need to mask off. Look at that. And I wasn't going in there, all crazy. I was slowing down a little bit, going a little slower, but check out the precision on that to where I'm not over inking. I have used this set, and that's why I picked this set, okay? Because this is one of the first sets of layering stencils that Spellbinders made. And whenever we were using this one, we had to mask off. You had to put little pieces of like Post-it tape, things like that over a lot of the areas because they cut everything way too close together. Again, it was one of their first ones. I don't think they were really thinking, you know, what was going to happen by putting everything so close together, you know, and that's why with a lot of layering stencils, you pay a little bit more for those because you've got extra sheets of stencils in there. And there may not be a lot on there, but it's user ease. That's the better phrase. So a lot of times it costs a little bit more because they have taken the time to make extra stencils in there for user ease. And again, this is not going to make much sense because I haven't done any of the other layers. And then we could stick another one on here. And then I don't even remember where I lined it up at because I just stuck it on here, and you're supposed to cut your paper bigger. And of course I was just like, oh, I'm just going to do it for the live real quick. So I can show them ease of use there. So let me see where I need to line my next one up. But you guys totally get what I'm doing because we've got lots of other stuff to do today too. So yes, so love these little Dauber ones. Okay, again, different colors. The bundle deal, now you could do whatever you want separately as well, but the bundle deal is going to get you 2 wands. Pick your colors. And if you want to go ahead and do 2 of the same, because you know later on you're going to get a different set for your oxides or your Lisa Horton ones for your interference inks, you know, so you could get 2 pink, 2 coral, or 1 purple, 1 blue, whatever works best for you. You're going to get a pack of rounds. You're going to get a carry case, and you're going to get a tray. Pick your color on your tray. We've got clear, black, and purple, and that is going to be $40 for those. Or you could do anything you want individually. We've got wands. We've got extra round sponges. We've got carrying cases. We've got tray holders. And I did write down the daubers are $12.59. The refills are $7.59, and the little holders, this little guy here, those are $5.59. So that's kind of your pricing on those. But so stinking excited about these. Like I said, they've been sitting by my desk, and people have been walking by them and wanting to put their name on them and things like that for a while. So we finally got them opened up. The cases that they fit in perfectly are the little Spellbinders cases that are intended for the waxes in the wax seal program. But I love these guys. They fit in there great. And then again, that way you can take your little tips off. You can store 2 sponges per little square. But keep like colors together, okay? So, you know, don't do like a red and a red and a yellow, because you're going to get orange now on that one, just in case they would touch. So keep your pinks, reds, you know, similar colors together in these would be much better for whenever you are storing them. I'm going to take you guys back out here because we got a lot to cover. Get you out without making you dizzy. All right. And if you were loving my little, I do love these little trays that we have. This is from the Inkstand. The Inkstand shop. She is also another little independent store, little wholesaler. She's actually in Indiana, I'm pretty sure too. So we do have these available. This is the ones for Catherine Poolers. They've got little feet on the bottom. So as you're blending, that really helps. You know, I'm on my glass mat, so it's, you know, that's a slick surface. So it really helps with that. Some of the older ones at home that you may have a little magnetic strip, because magnets have gone up so much. New ones don't have magnetic strips, but you can always get a little piece of magnet if you've got it home, and you can put yours together side by side with a little bit of magnet tape there as well. I really don't find that I need it. They do really well side by side, which that might be why she doesn't do that anymore. It's an added cost you don't need because they do so well not moving around the way it is. So these are my Catherine Pooler ones. We also have them for, I know we've got them for oxide and distress ink pads. I know we've got those. We got them for the Catherine Pooler minis as well. So we've got some different sizes of those available too. So just to go back through your daubers in case you jumped in a little late, we've got these great little dauber wands in from the maker session. brand spanking new. And like I said, she is not in a lot of stores yet, so I'm really excited to, one, have her in the store, and then two, just to promote her product for her. Love that. So we've got coral, we've got pink, we've got clear, we've got green, we've got blue, and we've got purple. Keep in mind with these, as you are choosing your wand color and things like that, you are going to want different wands for your, again, I think you at least need 2 wands, okay? And then you could do whatever you want with your tips, but otherwise you've only got 2 work surfaces here. But you are going to need at least separate sponges for your different types of inks. So your Distress Oxides cannot use the same sponges as your Gina K inks, okay? You will contaminate your Gina K inks, and I've had some been contaminated in classes, and it turns the pad really hard, okay? The pad is not nice and spongy anymore. On my Catherine Pooler inks, they got really, really hard. So sponges here, and then the little trays. That way you can hold them in place while you're using them. They don't roll away on you. These are also great for paintbrushes. And then we've got the little storage boxes as well too. And all I did was, with the storage boxes, I just took out the dividers that were in this row. And now my little daubers fit in there perfectly. And I like that it's not a super huge case either. You may have something at home that works, but I'm like, look at this. I can get 2 wands, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 20 tips. Perfect. I mean, seriously. Oh, looks like everybody is loving them here. I'm just talking away, and I'm not even looking at your comments. Let me make sure I don't have any questions. Oh, so sorry, guys. All right, so I'm scrolling back here. Someone shared the love. Thank you. Somebody wants some daubers. All right, so much better than the brushes. You know, I think it's I love them both. And I don't know, and I'm not trying to, sell one over the other. Some people just don't do well with the brushes. And we've got the bigger daubers. I'm going to go over here. We've got like the pouncers, same concept, in from Picket Fence. And I've had so many people tell me these are game changers for them. So then I thought, oh, those are game changers. And when I got my little brushes, those were game changers with stenciling and, going in and adding accents. Well, what are we going to do for the girls that don't love the brushes? The ones that like the pouncers. And then we got in the little pouncers. Little pouncers do great. The little minis that Picket Fence has. But I'm like, we need something even smaller yet. For this little teeny tiny stuff. So now we've got every size that you would need for the pouncers as well. We've got the large ones from Picket Fence, we've got the mini ones, and now we have the little wand pouncers as well. All right, so I've got a lot of people grabbing the bundles. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking through here. And that way what we will do is any that we've got questions on tomorrow. Can you wash the tips and reuse? You don't necessarily need to wash the tips. Even if I do wash the tips, I normally don't go to a different color with them, if that makes sense. Because there could just be a little residual, and then it's going to probably stain though as well. Usually what I will do is I have a little microfiber towel. Pink Fresh makes one, sorry, not Pink Fresh, Pink and Maine makes one that's pink that I love. And if you've got, extra, you can pounce it off on a piece of scrap paper. And now keep in mind too, when I did these are my brand new pads I just got in from Catherine Pooler. So they are super, super juicy yet. Super juicy. So you don't need to pick up a whole lot. And I probably, I get a little excited when I'm talking to you guys, and I get a little heavy-handed. So I probably did not need to be as heavy-handed with these. Oh, we've got a Canadian on here. Well, Miss Judy, if Debbie jumps on here, she is also, do you have a mini pouncers in neutral? Yes, from Picket, sorry, Marita, I'm looking at your comment from Picket Fence. I do have the mini pouncers in neutral. There's Debbie. Debbie is on here. Debbie, you've got a fellow Canadian on here as well today. So how fun is that? Oh, well, you know what, Judy? We have 3 Starlas that watch our live. So I'm not for sure which Starla you are a friend of, but any friend of Starla's is definitely a friend of mine. So, yes, Robin, exactly. Just reuse with like colors, but you can rinse these out. A lot of times, as long as, I'll kind of wipe it off, they'll do good. But a lot of times you don't even need to. But yeah, you can kind of pounce them out. You can rinse them out if you want to as well, though. Okay? All right. So that is our new super cool tool. Like I said, I'm so excited to show that to you. Finally, stop tripping over the box going into my office too. But I've been waiting for these little cases to show you guys, because I couldn't do my bundle deal without the cases. And that's one thing I know, as soon as you guys buy something, you're like, okay, how do I store this? What do I put it in? I don't want to just rolling around in my drawer with everything else. So yay, we've got all that taken care of now. Now we're going to jump over here and we are going to check out new goodies for today. So look at this fun table. I'm sure you're noticing some new stuff, some restocks, and some stuff we haven't seen for a while because it's been out of stock forever. All right, so we're going to start down here. Just a little bit from Doodlebug, nothing too crazy from Doodlebug. Those misfit, yep, I've already shown those, so perfect. You can stick those out. Thank you. So we've got some great new puffy shapes. Now we've got some of these puffies in the little hearts, puffy hearts. I know we've got purple, white, and a couple different blues. I think we have like maybe mint and blue jean because they match the winter line. Well, now we've got them in Ladybug. So fun. And as you're looking on here, I know it says Ladybug, but you've got a little variation. Can you guys see that variation on there on your screen? So you've got variation in your little red hearts here. And then we've got swimming pool. And again, you've got that same variation with the cute little hearts here in the color swimming pool. So you've got a light, medium, and a dark on here. You've got 45 of them on there. So those just came in from Doodlebug. Then this was one that sold out in our very first live when we debuted the new Simple Stories Summer Snapshots. These are the page pieces. They're so stinking cute. So page pieces are just basically bigger die cuts, and they make them nice and big, almost like a focal point, not almost, like as a focal point, and some little extras so you can put together a nice, quick, easy, cute page. And I love that they always give us these little samples on the back of quick, easy pages using them. I love a little bit of inspiration. So these are really fun sometimes when you're, trying to get some stuff done and your mojo's not there, pulling out these, and then I see that, and then I start, moving my pictures around a little bit, and voila, create a little cluster, and I am done. Lynn wants some red puffy hearts, and so does Jen. You've got it, friends. All right, so we've got the snapshot page pieces. That is pretty much it from Simple Stories. I don't think there's anything else from Simple Stories in this order. Echo Park, this is one, I love a good gingham, and I love a good washi tape. So this is so stinking cute. But this one has been so popular. Of all the new washi tapes we have had, other than the suitcase one that I think we showed you yesterday, this one has been super popular. It does match the Winnie the Pooh line as well, so it is just a great washi for that. But we have sold so much of this. Now, local friends, you've got this is one of your school colors. This is going to work great for quick and easy accents on your pages and borders, doing quick borders with your washi tape. Okay, this is also going to be really cute. So if you have picked up, over the past year and a half, a lot of bee themed paper, this is going to look great with a lot of that bee themed stuff as well, just because it's a really good shade of yellow for that. So we've got Winnie the Pooh washi. You've got it, Miss Robin. Perfect. Putting that in my somebody needs it pile. Next, and I think one of those is special orders, so I'm going to throw that in there too. Next up, we've got adhesive brands. This again matches that super cute little Winnie the Pooh line from Echo Park. So fun. Remember we talked yesterday why Pooh isn't extremely, chubby in these, because these are now open for public domain. So designers, they can be doing things with them without paying, I guess, those royalty fees. I guess that's how they go. But these are the Winnie the Pooh adhesive brads. Next up, we've got another one of the little woodware stamps, one of the new ones. I really like these. So if you're into collaging, kind of creating that layered background look, but sometimes you struggle with that, these are really, really good for that. So do some ink blending on your background, okay? Maybe some of the backgrounds that you've done and you don't like, you're not happy with, pull them back out, okay? Stamp this in a permanent ink pad. So whether you do like a StazOn or an archival, something like that, stamp it, and then you can come back in with your watercolors, add some color here and there, and it's going to look like you stamped all these individually, did all this great layering, all that great stuff. So, all right. Oh, you got happy mail from me. Isn't that fun? Well, you enjoy your box, Miss Shannon. This one here is called Nature Page. So we've got the Nature Page stamp back in stock. The other day we showed you guys the banner dies and talked about how Pink Fresh has 3 different stamp sets that match those dies. This one here is the basic banners in Celebrate. And then here we go. You can see how that fits perfectly with that die. From Ranger, we got back in their paintbrush set. This is one of my favorite paintbrush sets. They've had this under different designer names. I have mine was under Claudine Hellmuth, I think, if that shows how old my paintbrush set is. It has gone through hundreds of school projects. They have withheld, little boys using them for God knows what. If they return them, usually I end up finding them somewhere. I love this set of paintbrushes. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think I've had my set for, oh my gosh, 12 years, probably even longer, but I've had mine forever. It's a great set of brushes. Dun, 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 dun. This was one that I was just like, you've probably seen something we haven't had for a while. So as soon as they came out with the tiny blending foams from Tim Holtz, they immediately were out of the refills because there was a stock issue. Something happened. I don't know. And they could not get them back in until now, April. So finally we have the tiny blending foams back in stock. If you're like, what the world is this? It is a super cute little replacement foam for a little teeny tiny ink blending tool that Tim Holtz came out with. Gosh, was that December? January? I feel like it was even longer than that. And I know some of you have been waiting on these, but we've got those back in stock finally. So if you're needing refills or needing some extras because you need more than the, I think, 4 that came with your tool, snag some of these right away. We've got quite a few to stick on the shelf, and I'm sure I can still get more on those. I doubt they're out already. Next up, we've got in more of our Hero Arts metal snippers. These are just metal snips that you are going to use to cut your metal dies apart. Friends, I am on so many different stamping groups and things like that. Lots of different companies have, fan pages. There is always somebody asking about how to get their dies apart. And they're ruining their scissors or they're twisting the dies apart. And then you get that little metal burr on the side, and that ends up cutting into your paper, cutting into your pad. So what you need is a set of metal snips, okay? And you can see these have a nice flush cutter edge to them, which means I can get real close to the edge of the die. And they're like $8. And the $8 is so worth not messing up your good scissors. Our scissors that we're paying like $20-$30 for. Don't use those. And then again, don't twist them, because then you end up cutting, you've got that extra little poke, on your cutting plate, or you're seeing it, whenever you're running it through. So anyway, little metal snippers for cutting your dies apart, I think, are one of those essential things to have in your craft supply. Oh, Monica's vouching. She is saying those snips are fantastic. They are. All right, next up, just some refill trimmer blades for your Fiskars trimmer. These are what they call a high profile. That just means that this little piece sticks up a little bit further, so that way you've got a little finger grippy area. That's what high profile means. And in here, you've got a cutting blade and a scoring blade. The black is a scoring blade. You do not need to keep buying scoring blades, but as things happen to do, got that for you, Miss Robin. As things happen to do in your craft room, sometimes your scoring blade, it just walks away. So sometimes you need to buy a replacement scoring blade. Trimmers nowadays, I don't think they come with a scoring blade. So it is one of those things you'll eventually want to pick up if you've got a Fiskars trimmer. But just keep in mind, if you pick this one up, the black one is a scoring blade. This is your cutting blade right there. Next up now, we have had Floral Elegance in for about a month and a half now. We've got it in 12 by 12. We've got it in 12 by 12 solids. We've got it in 6 by 6 pads. And we also have this 8 by 8 beautiful vellum pad. Okay, so we've got that as well. So I just restocked that. But wait, they just added this into the collection. So this, for my friends that love the little layered look, this is a layering decoupage or paper towel, whatever you want to call it, 3D toppers. Everyone kind of calls it their own thing. This one calls it a decoupage pad. And I know here in the States, when we think about decoupage, we think like Mod Podge and gluing, and so totally different overseas in the UK. Decoupage is this 3D look. So you pop number 2 out, put it on top of number 1. Number 3, oh, here we go. And then here's another one. So you've got 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And here we've got 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 to create all these beautiful little floral clusters. So definitely, hopefully some of you that have picked up Floral Elegance in the past, you're watching today, so you can add this pad on, especially, you know, I mean, this is going to be beautiful. Do 4 or 5 of those and create a beautiful cluster on a scrapbook page. How pretty is that going to be? For my card makers, you're going to be able to bust out some quick and easy, beautiful cards, add a sentiment, and you are done, because these little guys do all the work. One thing I will say is, if you like to do these little 3D toppers, you may want to look at, if you haven't already, picking up some of the thin foam tape. So we have thin foam tape and thin foam dots. That way your layers don't get quite as huge. I'm going to grab my water here, go back across the room. All right. You guys remember these from the other day? Whenever I came over here to set up, I'm like, oh, here's where I demoed them the other day for the first time. These are the brand new little click markers that we got in from Zebra. And they were a huge hit the last time in our live. This one here is kind of open already. Not really, but a little bit easier. So they've got a great little package you can see here. And then they are retractable markers. That way, it's going to help it. It says never dries out. Now, I don't know if you can say never. Okay, they said never, but you know, girls, we know how all that goes. I always have told my kids, oh, I forget. Did you see that? Did you see that pop out? They have a little stopper on the bottom for shipping and storage, and I just clicked him, and he just shot out and hit me. So that doesn't go back in. Maybe you can. I don't think you have to. Yeah, retractable and capless functionality. Never worry about losing your cap again. So no, I don't think so. I think it's just for shipping purposes. But I'm going to show you the tip on here. It's got a nice little, something to hold that down, nice little flat tip. Okay, so you can see nice little tip on these, and then they click. I love a little click pin too. Not going to lie. Love a click pin. Showed you the other day. I mean, if you kind of go to the side, you can get a little thicker of a line, but that is a great writing tip. See how fun that is? Fun, fun, fun. So we've got those. I'm going to go ahead and put that little guy back on there just because this is somebody's brand new one. You can stick him back in his little container here. Perfecto. So we are getting other colors of these for those of you that love those. Mary, I will get you one. You've got it, friend. That love these. They do have some other colors coming out as well. Those just have not shipped yet. So this is just the regular basics. You've got a great rainbow in here, and you've got 12 different colors. Got that. Robin would like the Floral Elegance Vellum and the pop-up paper pads. You've got it. Thank you, ladies. Moving on, next up, this was a restock, sold out in our last live. And this is the reason why I show you everything when it comes in a live, not just the brand new stuff. We used to just do the completely what's new. And then I started doing just restocks because I realized that for some of you, my restocks are new as well, or you've seen them and you don't know what really they're intended for. So I love these little photo crops, okay? These photo crops do a dual purpose for me. One, so many of these different sketches and things like that are not all using your standard 4x6 size picture, okay? They are using 4x4s, 3x4s, 3x3s, and 2x2s, all right? What this does, and they're a nice thick plastic, this allows you to line it up over your picture, okay? I can put it over my picture and still see the picture below. That way I know exactly where to cut to crop my photo, all right? So that is one purpose. Then the other purpose, I'm gonna come back over here. See on here how you've got the spacing? Well, sometimes I'm not ready to commit to my photos, and I love to be able to lay my layout first and see how things are going to look. But that's really hard when I haven't cropped my photos yet because I don't know how I want everything to look. So you can use these as placeholders, and I love that. And I was telling you guys the store, we used to carry Kiwi Lane in the store, and when I would do traveling vendor events, I don't do that as much anymore. Now the boys are a little bit, as the boys got into high school, I couldn't do the weekend stuff, and now I'm just old and tired. I'm going to be honest. And they had a set like this that I loved. It was way more than, I don't have those price yet, but I think these are like $6-7. They're super inexpensive. And what I recommend with these is if you use them as placeholders and kind of pre-laying your page out, eventually pick up 2 of these. You're going to thank me for it. That way you have more variety, and you've got 2 4x6s, so you can truly start to lay the page out a lot better, quicker, easier. And then what happens? It flows together so much quicker. And you're not as intimidated to cut things and things like that. So I love my photo crops. They are great for not only knowing where to cut your pictures down and crop them, but then also as placeholders in your pages while you're still in the design process. So we've got photo crops back in. Sarah says she loves her photo crops. They help her a lot with her layouts. See, I told you, I love mine too. Love them. Next up, we've had this one in before. Such a cute little alphabet. This is from the Whatevs line from American Crafts. I didn't pick up the Whatevs line, but I did pick up this alphabet because, one, I love the font. It's not super, super big. And you basically get 2 different alphabets in one. You've got a black alphabet, and then you've got a rainbow alphabet as well, all in the same alphabet. So we've got the Whatevs alphabet. Next up, we finally got some stuff back in from Totally Tiffany that has been out of stock forever. Now, Stephanie has not been out of stock forever, but we've just been having a hard time keeping Stephanie in. Stephanie is perfect for your Catherine Pooler inks, and we do sell a lot of Catherine Pooler inks. It's one of my favorite inks to use. I believe this holds almost 30 Catherine Pooler inks, because this is what I use to store mine. This will also hold your rectangle shaped inks as well, like your Mementos, your full size, Pink Fresh, your Gina K's, any of those, let's see, archival inks, any of those longer, larger rectangle pads fit in here as well. So this one here is Stephanie. Stephanie is back in stock. Faylene. Faylene has been out of stock for a while. She is finally back in. Faylene has inner trays that are 7 1/4 by almost 7, 6.75 by 4 deep. So this is going to be great for holding 6 by 6 papers in. And you can also use this with some of the little 6 by 6 file inserts as well. So there is Faylene. Stephanie, for you, Miss Melissa, you've got it. Next up, Katie. Katie has been on back order for a while. Katie is great for your, what does Katie go with? She does like the 8 by 5, I think is what fits in her. Inner trays, 8 1/4 by 6 1/4 by 4 deep. So she is great for stamp sets. Now, someone the other day also posted in the dish, I believe she put like a ton of pre-made cards in hers, and it worked perfectly for those. So Katie bags back in stock. How much is the Faylene? I will check that in a minute, Miss Shannon. We just threw all this on the back table, I'm going to be honest. So I didn't get all this priced yet, but I've got my computer back here. So I'll stick that over there and we'll check it at the end. Next up, we've got Kirsten. Kirsten is a nice size bag. She is great for some of your larger stamp sets, but she's good for regular stamp sets, but especially some of your larger ones. Some of the Gina K ones are a little bit bigger, so she works great for that. You can see this one also comes with a set of the tabbed dividers in there as well. These tabbed dividers are 9 by 6 that go in there, so this is really nice for storing dies as well. So great little storage bag here. And we also get in the 8 by 5, or maybe they're almost 9 by 6, but we have magnetic inserts to go with this as well. 8 by 5, there we go. 8 by 5 inserts fit in here as well. So then that with a magnetic insert, so you can put dies in here and hold your dies. Next up, we've got tabbed pocket dividers. These are in 12 by 12. These do not have a huge gusset on them, so these are not going to fit like 20, 30 pieces of paper in each, but it will be good for, you know, storing some of your reds, your blues, project, you know, that you're working on, things like that. So these are really nice, and then they fit in your 12 by 12 paper holders. Okay, got those. Toolboxes, we've had so many people loving their toolboxes. Toolboxes come in 3 different sizes. We've got 5 by 7 just came in, and then we have 9 by 6 and 9 by 4 on the shelf. So 5 by 7 we were missing. We've got the other sizes in here. So those are, you can see my Totally Tiffany section has been needing to be restocked. And then last but not least, oh my gosh, this one, I swear, I have been waiting for at least 6 months. This one here is the 8-drawer supply case. The 8-drawer is so stinking awesome. I'm going to pull it out. It's not going to really mean a whole lot of anything yet, but I want you to kind of see the size. So it's not a huge one, because I know sometimes you don't like, you know, a really, really big one, okay? So this is the 8-drawer supply case. It is perfect for, friends, small ink pads. You guys have been asking for small ink pad storage, like your little Pink Fresh cubes or all your Distress ink cubes. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for sure 6. And you've got 8 in here. 6 times 8, 48. So this is going to hold 48 of your mini Distress ink pads. And maybe there's even one more in there. I was hoping to get one set up and opened up, but I just couldn't get that done. Like I said, we had our Zoom for the shop hop today. I just could not get that done. But I am so excited. Jen, you've got it. None of these are spoken for yet. None of them were on pre-order. But I've had, again, so many of you asking for how to store your little mini ink cubes. When we have the little ones that hold like 12 from Ranger, but that's just not enough. Then you end up with 6 or 7 of those, and that's fine. But some people want a little more. And then, do you see here that you can fit 6 of them in your lowest bag? I had no idea of that until I just flipped this over. They do have different configurations as well. They've got 2 drawer, 4 drawer, 6 drawer, and then what we just got in was the 8 drawer. I have not had those other ones in before, so if you're interested in those, let me know. Oh, there's glare, sorry. If you're interested in those, let me know. I was super interested in the 8 drawer because I knew it would fit all the mini ink cubes, and then I finally would have something for whenever you guys are coming in wanting ink cube storage. And I do have Pink Fresh makes a beautiful pink little leather case. It is beautiful, but I realized that doesn't always work for everyone's, either their craft budget or the way they set their room up. They are a little thicker. So sometimes you just need a skinnier storage solution as well. Some of you like clear storage too. You prefer clear storage. For anything, I can get you clear storage. So hopefully this helps some of you to get, can I hit it again to get my point across? Hopefully that helps some of you with all those little ink cubes that you've got floating around, or maybe they're still in the original little clamshells, but then they're like going all over the place, because I still have mine in clamshells because I was waiting for these to come in. So then I got to open up these clamshells. They're popping out of the clamshells. It's just, and that bothers me, and they are frustrating. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I am who I am. Swear, a goofball. All right, just for our cardstock section, we've got a purple cardstock that we're adding over there. It's color, it's American Crafts, and sometimes they don't put the color on the packaging. I cannot remember what its color is technically called, but just a good, it feels probably like an 80-pound cardstock, and it is smooth on both sides. You need a chastity bag. Chastity just came back in stock, Starla. So I don't have any chastity here. They should be coming back in though. Since these have shipped, that tells me that chastity is back in stock too. Faline has been out of stock forever as well. So I would bet that in one of my next orders, because I've got them on back order, they will drop on my back order. So if you need a chastity bag, I'm going to make sure I bump up an order right now whenever we get off, and we'll write that down. All right, next up, so we have a little bit of 49 in market here for you, and some of it is brand spanking new with the rub-ons. So just restocking the Wherever, which is one of the newest lines. She comes out, I swear, with what, a line a month anymore? Janine, you're killing us. But this was the travel line that was just released maybe back in February. Late January, something like that. So beautiful travel line here called Wherever. It is stunning. It's got a great solid pack that matches that as well. I love her solids, even if it's not, even if the line's not for me. Yes, my hand goes across the screen. Just so you guys know, I talk with my hand. So even if I'm talking on screen, just know my hand is on the side doing all this crazy stuff. So even if I'm not loving the line, like this one in particular, I love the solids for boy pages. They are just good, earth tone colors. Next up, we've got the solids for the brand new Kaleidoscope collection. Kaleidoscope has these great, bright, spring, tropical-y colors. We've got quite a bit of it in. But again, check out how her solids look. So, I call them a solid. They've got some texture to them. But look, they're good. So it's not like, I love cardstock, but, it's like, cardstock, but then, well, prettier. It just looks nicer. I love that. So again, cardstock. Cardstock is good. And, I love cardstock for my die cutting. But for my backgrounds and things like that, I tend to lean more towards solids like this, just because it's got a little bit of texture in there for me. And aren't these colors beautiful? So again, this is the Kaleidoscope solids. That one's so pretty. That's got like some speckling. You could even use this for winter pages if you wanted. There's the front. That would be, of course, all kinds of stuff. But even if you had like beach pictures, kind of like the waves in the background. There's another one there. So those are the solids. Looks like underwater. Yes, exactly. So great solids there. That's from Kaleidoscope. What else did we get in from Kaleidoscope? Well, we got in the stacked frames. And I've shown you these before. These stacked frames are super cool. So they have layers in there. You can use them alone or layer them up. Now, of course, if you use them alone, you're going to get a little more bang for your buck, and they're going to last a little longer and go a little further. But you've got these great little skinny frames. You've got it, Miss Robin. We'll get those solids for you. Then you've got some white layers. Okay, so you could use that as is. And then you've got some colored layers. So again, you could use those as is. But this is when the magic happens. So you can take these, layer them however you want, layer them up, and look how stinking cute that is. So it's like mats and everything all ready to go for you. How fun is that? So that is what is in these stacked frames. So again, you can use these alone. Maybe you do 2 layers. Maybe you do a layer and then you add your picture a little bigger and then you put that there and your picture sticks out a little bit. Maybe you cut your paper and then you just use 2 of these layers on your paper. But these give you a lot of fun and a lot of variety. So that's the stacked frames. Then we also ran out of the mini laser cut elements. That was because we talked about if you wanted to do cards with this line. So doing cards with this line, what would be perfect for that would be, her cards. She's got some great cards that are very similar to this, but in A2 size, okay? Add in the mini layer cuts, the 6x8 pad, maybe some rub-ons, and you've got everything you need to make some super cute quick cards. 49 and Market also has a kind of like a fan page here on Facebook. If you're not a member of that, jump over there, because there was one gal that made some cards, again, with the mini lasers. She used the card kit, 6x8 pad, and some rub-ons. They are stunning. Like I want to just copy all of them and then hoard them. I don't even know if I could give them away, but these are great if you're a card maker. The mini laser cuts are no different than the regular ones. They're just scaled down. They're a smaller version. So these are going to be great then for cards and also mini books. They're going to be great for your 12 by 12 pages too. Then just keep in mind they're a smaller version of stuff. Sharon wants some mini laser cuts. You've got it, my friend. Will do. I put this in just the wrong order. Wherever we got in the chipboard words. I always tell you guys the chipboard words, even if you're not a 49 and Market fan, are always fantabulous because just her colors they're not like crazy colors that aren't going to match other lines. And you've got great words that work for everything in here. So adventure, traveler, destination, excursion, discover, travel, worth it. I mean, that would even be fun on a little graduation page. Not lost. Seek, wonder, explore, and then you've got all these nice little square ones in there as well. And again, just great colors. I'm going to turn around here, and we're going to look at this line here. So this is a line that we got in the other day from Echo Park. It's a travel line. I'm going to throw this on top. Now, these are 2 totally different companies. Now, of course, the green doesn't look great, but look, that blue color looks great, and that orange color looks great. There is also another color of green here. I think I could pull that off on my pages too. Brown in there, of course, is going to work on there. I guess that's what I mean. These 49 and Market chipboard words will go across so many other companies, and a lot of times it's just hard to find good chipboard words. Jen wants some of the titles. You've got it, friend. So wherever chipboard words, and then brand new alerts. So these I ordered when I ordered Kaleidoscope, but they just shipped way, way later. Like they just got them in at the warehouse. So this is some of her beautiful rub-ons. This is one pack. This is front and then back. These are Blendables 03 because we've had Blendables 1 and 2, and now this is number 3. Check out these. just look at them. You know, Katie Petite does such an amazing job. She's started out as a lot of digital artist. And so a lot of this, you know, so she knows how to do that shadowing, that shading, that layering to where it doesn't look flat. I tried digital scrapbooking for I had to check it out just to see. I was horrible at it. I couldn't get my stuff to layer right, you know, and again, to make it have that depth, have the shadow, a drop shadow. I'm like, what? No, just let me cut the piece of paper and I'm going to, you know, do some ink blending and I'm going to create my own shadow. So much easier for me. But these are so, so pretty. So this is number 3. And then she did some brand new stitching rub-ons. So this is Stitching Essentials number 2. We also have in number 1 yet. So that is fun. But if you like that look of stitching, and you struggle with your sewing machine, I think right now my sewing machine has a broken needle in it yet. And I have not changed. I only ever use my sewing machine on paper though. I very rarely have ever used it on material. And so this is much quicker and easier for me. And you know, honestly, this looks more like my stitching. Just a hot mess. That's why I don't sew. So we've got stitching there, rub-ons. Shirley wants 2 of the blendables. You've got it, Miss Shirley. We will have those for you at the retreat, which is coming up soon. Next up, sticky folio. Yesterday we showed you 2 other colors. So we've got this one here is called red. I think it looks a little more corally. I guess that's kind of a brighter red, but this one here is the red folio. This one may be special ordered too, just so you know. So if you're wanting the red one, I will stick another one on the order, but we do have teal in stock and white with yellow accents in stock as well. Basketball section needed a little more paper. I know we got some in yesterday, but this one is a collection kit called Game Day Basketball. It is from Reminisce. Game day for you, you've got it. And it's got this great, I always tell you this, I love Reminisce, but I wish they would package the stickers different so you could see the stickers and not just the boring white background. So Miss Lori, let me show you what stickers you're going to get in here. And they're all little squares. But I love nothing but net, hoop it up, work hard, play hard. My heart is on that court. Basketball is my favorite season. Basketball team, play to win, refuse to lose, never quit. So these are fun there. And that one is Lori's. Next up, we restocked our twine packs. Again, I don't have anything priced, but I remember these were right around 17, and you get 24 little spools. So that's way less than $1 per spool. And I wanted to open one up just to show you the quality of those. So it is nice twine. Good little twine. You get 2 of each color. So this would even be fun if you have like a little scrappy group that you get together with and you guys do little goodie bags or little gifts. You know, get a couple of these and divide it between 2 people. Or, you know, get one and divide it between 3 or 4 people. But it's really fun because you get 2 of each color. I've got some of these that I need to replace because I ran out of some. But I would travel and put in my travel pack half of my colors. And then that way when I go to a crop, I don't have to, you know, repack everything. So I do like sometimes getting doubles because then 1/2 can stay in my drawer at home and then 1/2 stays in my little tote that always stays packed for when I'm at crops. Jen wants the twine. You've got it. That right there. Next up, some little enamel dots. These here are just kind of a white glitter. They're from Eyelet Outlet. You get 54 of them on there. Eyelet Outlet has great pricing on theirs. They really do. I mean, these are less than $4 for a pack. I'm going to go over to the shelf and pull another one. I love all my companies, but I realize some companies have different price points. Yep, $3.59. That's what I was thinking those were. We've got red from them. Then we just got kind of like these little clear white ones in from them. What else do we have from them? We've got green ones from them. So those are green glitter. Then we've got blue glitter from them. I try to keep quite a few of these in because they are very economical. We've got purple glitter from them. These we just got in the other day. You guys saw those. Those are the black ones. No glitter in them, just plain black. But these are great for eyeballs and stuff. I know Doodlebug has their little teeny ones, eye for an eye. So it's all the small ones. This is also a great one too. You can do eyeballs there. But then these, I mean, you can do really big eyeballs, I guess. Really big eyeballs. What would be really fun on these too, if you're doing, you know, big, goofy, fun eyeballs, you could even do a little white dot on here as well, like little monster eyeballs with your Nuvo drops. That would be a fun idea. You want a pack of the green? You've got it. I'm going to snag that as we go by. That'll make it easier tomorrow. Leslie usually starts pulling early, so that'll make it easy for her tomorrow. Add that there. All right, perfect. Next up, this is one of the new embossing folders from Creative Expressions. This has been a popular one on the shelf. I think just because it's a good basic one. It's got good texture, fun background. It is a 3D one, so it's going to give you that little bit of that deeper impression there as well. But it's really, really pretty. It's called Botanical Swirls. So got that one in. We also got back in stock our little electric wax warmers. So we started carrying these after a crop that we had. And at home, you know, I'm pretty good with using my regular wax system. How much is that embossing folder? I'll put that in my check pile too. I'm going to say like $8 or $9, but don't hold me to that. So yes, but I will check that. So this one here is an electric furnace. The other ones we carry, it's a little, what's called a chimney, and sits on top of a tea light candle. All right, friends, if you have cats, and your cat is like my cat, she is up in my business, okay? And when I walk away, she is into everything. Like, she steals my flowers. You know, of course, she loves rubber bands. But if I'm working with flowers, she steals my flowers. Anything crunchy and crinkly, she takes that and steals it. So if you've got a cat in your area, it may not be the best to do an open flame because one, they're so curious. They want to see what you're doing. And then you've got that flame there. So this one, are you leaving? Oh, nope, somebody just walked in. Leslie just left? She was here late tonight. Did they forget about her? Huh? She just said they were late. She's been waiting. Well, God love her. Leslie uses a transit system, and the transit stops running at 5, and so she always leaves at 5, and she just left. They have been, oh my gosh, I would have just taken her home. She lives on my way home. Bless her heart. She's been waiting an hour for her ride. God love her. So anyway, and poor Bruno, her dog, is probably at home waiting for his mom to let her out to go potty. Poor Bruno. So anyway, I digress there. Imagine that squirrel, right? So anyway, this is electric. It warms up, and then that way you don't have an open flame. So it's a little bit, you know, maybe safer than the candle. If you don't have all these little furry helpers like I do at my house, probably not a big deal. I love the chimney one as well. But like I said, we had it at a crop one day, and she had a brand new candle, and the wick was a little long on it. And you know, whenever you've got a candle and you haven't trimmed the wick, it's just much sootier and it puts off more odor. So it didn't bother anybody at the crop. It bothered her though. She was worried that it was smelling too bad. I was like, it's not a big deal. It's not bothering us, but she felt bad as she was using her little wax warmer. So then we looked into finding electronic ones for that reason. So wax warmers back in stock. Oh, and I wanted to show you these. So the other day, and I know sadly we are out of these and I'm working to get more. Linda that just started working here, she is not an A2 card maker. She likes, you know, bigger, like A6s and 5x7s. That's the size that she likes. She took one of the paper rose card kits that many of you got, and she just matted them on larger cards. How stinking cute is that? So they made the most adorable larger cards as well. So I wanted to show you guys those, that even if, sometimes you see these card kits and they're A2 size, don't feel like you can't use those because you do larger cards. All right, I'm checking prices here for you. I know somebody wanted Faline. Let's see if I can get my computer to turn on quickly back here. I don't know if we've used it back here today. Come on. All right, I'm logging in. Dun, 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 dun. I know Paige was working on pricing stuff today, but we started in a different area. Oh, Lordy. All right, I'm thinking this is around $9 for you, Miss Robin. Oh, here we go. Finally, here it comes. No, and it got my pen wrong. I do that sometimes. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Got to log back in. Sorry, dead air here, friends. I'm helping customers. I know. So sorry. Do I sell diamond dots? Yes, Miss Rebecca, we do sell diamond dots. And actually right now I'm working on a diamond dot order. So if there's any that you've seen or any particular themes that you would like, you let me know, because I was waiting for diamond dots to put out a new spring release. And I checked and they really didn't do a whole lot new. And that is the one that I can easily order from, Diamond Dots. All right, Miss Robin, to answer your question, $8.29 on this one. I don't know if my friend who asked about Faline is still on here or not. Faline is just $13.39. So there's your prices on those. And then, Miss Rebecca, I'm going to take you up to the front here. Try not to make you guys dizzy. I know sometimes, yesterday I made Robin dizzy, so I apologize. We're walking up here, and I'm going to show you our diamond dot area. So we do have a little diamond dot selection, but you can see we've got some holes, and I need to restock those. So we've got a diamond dot card kit. This one is super cute, super fun. You've got all different occasions in there. This one here is a little penguin. This one here makes a pillow front, actually, and it's a reindeer. These are fun ones here. This one is a dragon on a skateboard. This one here is called Cool Dude Cactus. This one here is more of a wintry one, but it's got two beautiful cardinals on there. This one here is a horse, and it's called Dream Weaver. I'll bring it down so you can see there is the actual image. So it's a side profile of a horse, very Native American motif. And then this one here is actually on sale. It is Darth Vader. This was not a good buying decision choice on my part, apparently. Star Wars is huge, but maybe not a lot of Darth Vader fans out there. I don't know. So this one is normally $55. We've got it on sale for $30. This one here is a Thomas Kincaid one. It's called Sunrise. It's this beautiful cliff, and it's got a cross at the top. And then the last one we've got is called Star, and that one is another horse. I'm going to turn her to the side so you can see, try and get it, but you can see it's a up close horse head, and she has the little white star on her forehead. So here's a fun fact. I also had a horse that looked like that, named Star, growing up. Do I have that one, and am I going to make it in her honor? No, I am not, because that horse threw me off more than I ever rode her. She was not a nice horse. She loved my mom. It was my mom's horse, and she hated me. We got her when I was, by Paige, I think I was two and a half or 3 is when my mom started riding, and she was young and she wasn't broke well. And as soon as my mom threw me on the back of her saddle, she would shake, she would like bump her butt out, and I was constantly fell off because, of course, you know, my little legs back there could barely fit across her big old butt, and I fell off all the time. And that horse hated me. She rolled me in the river one time. She was horrible. Love my mom, did great for my mom. Put me on the back of her, or when I tried to actually ride her, she was such a snot. Melissa, Star is $26.99. That is how much Star is. And Star lived to be like the ripe age of, I don't know, like 30 or something. And she just got older and more cantankerous. So I tell you, and to this day, this is why I really don't love horses. I rode, I fell off more, and then I was out there and I'd have to muck her stall in the middle of, winter, and the snot freezes in your nose, and she did not appreciate me. So BJ mentioned something once about getting horses one day. I'm like, oh no, I don't do horses. He's like, I thought you used to ride. I'm like, I rode, I fell off more than anything. So I always say, I've been falling off since I was 2, not necessarily riding, but falling off. Oh, Shannon said we did a great pack job. Perfect. Oh, the shadow box made it in one piece. Yes, we try. And sometimes we have to remember to really bubble wrap everything in there. So, all right. Well, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know this was a long one today and I got a little windy. I do that sometimes. I apologize. I think sometimes I worked in the office a lot today, so I didn't get to talk to anybody. So I had to talk to somebody today. But if you joined late, we started the live with these great little daubers that we just got in. So make sure you watch the replay in the beginning. Check these out. Brand spanking new. Not available in a whole lot of stores yet. She's small. So she's just starting to take wholesale accounts. Super excited to be one of her first ones. So grab them here. We've got a great bundle deal with them going on as well. That way you get everything you need all together to get started with them. So until next time, everybody, I am Hannah at the Doodlebug in Jasper, Indiana. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Whether you're watching me on the replay, watch me in like 1.5 speed so I go a little quicker for you. So until next time, you guys have a great, crafty, blessed evening. Thanks. Bye.